Good evening, everybody. It is 5:45. First, Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for coming tonight to our regular meeting. First business on the agenda is we have a public hearing. So I'd ask the clerk to please read the notice.
Please take notice that in accordance with Article 25-AA, Section 303B3 of the New York State Agriculture and Markets Law, a public hearing will be held in the chambers of the Rensselaer County Legislature located at the County Office Building, 1600 7th Ave, Troy, New York, on Tuesday, January 10th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. to consider the following requests for inclusions: Agricultural District Number 6, East Greenbush, Nassau, Sand Lake, Skodak, and North Greenbush, the Clemens property.
Okay, the legislature is called to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey.
Here.
Mr. Casal.
Here.
Mr. Choquette.
Here.
Ms. Doran. Mr. Fiacco.
Here.
Mr. Fleming.
Here.
Mr. Grant. Mr. Grimm.
Here.
Mr. Harrington.
Present.
Mr. Loveridge.
Here.
Mr. Maloney.
Here.
Ms. Nichols. Mr. Patiri.
Here.
Mr. Stahl.
Here.
Ms. Weaver.
Here.
Mr. Wysocki.
Here.
Mr. Zaluski.
Here.
Chairwoman Hoffman.
Here.
There are 17 present and 1 absent.
Mr. Harrington?
Move that the legislature resolve itself into a committee of the whole for the purpose of conducting public hearing.
Second.
Hearing no objections, I hereby appoint Legislator Ken Harrington, Chairman of the Agricultural Committee, to conduct this public hearing.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. The clerk will read the notice of public hearing and enter the affidavit of publication into the record.
Would you like me to read it again?
Hmm?
Would you like me to read it again?
I'm just reading off the script. This public hearing is to consider a request for the inclusion of the Agricultural District Number 6 that was received during the yearly open enrollment period, September 1st through September 30th, is now open. First, the rules of the chair are as follows. First, anyone wishing to speak at this public hearing must sign in at the desk at the entrance to the legislative chambers. When you are called upon to speak, please move to the microphone and state your name and address. Are there any questions? At this time, is there anyone wishing to speak about this inclusion? At this time, is there anyone wishing to speak about this inclusion? At this time, is there anyone wishing to speak about this inclusion? If there is no one else desiring to speak on this proposal, and hearing none, as inasmuch as all persons present were given the opportunity to speak for or against these requests for inclusion, and no one else desires to speak, I declare this public hearing closed at 5:47. Thank you for your participation. Now that.
Okay, have some familiar faces out there in the audience. Mr. Film, Ms. Farrar, yeah, we're looking at you. Welcome back. This is the presentation portion of our meeting. We have a couple of folks who we would like to honor who have worked for the county for several years and have rightfully decided it was time to retire. We also have our county executive here, Steve McLaughlin, who would also like to join us in congratulating them. So we'll get right to our presentations. The first one is P52422. This is a resolution commending Stacy Farrar upon the occasion of her retirement from Rensselaer County. And this is a presentation by myself and legislators Bailey, Fiacco, Grant, and anyone else who would like to join us. We'd invite Steve to come on down as well. Stacy, you and your family, if you'd like to come down and join us.
We have a resolution commending Stacy Farrar upon the occasion of her retirement for Rensselaer County. Whereas it is a sense of our unique society to recognize the contributions and achievements of citizens of Rensselaer County, we praise the career of this woman whose example has enriched the lives and residents of Rensselaer County. And whereas such service, which is truly the lifeblood of the community and the county, and so often goes unrecognized and unrewarded. And whereas Stacy Farrar is such an individual, one who is worthy of the esteem of her community as well as the county of Rensselaer. And whereas Stacy began her career with Rensselaer County on August 27, 1990 as financial review specialist and will retire on December 10th. From her position of Director of Budget for Rensselaer County and Deputy County Executive. And whereas during her career, Stacy has held the position of Financial Fiscal Operations Manager and Deputy Budget Director. And whereas Stacy has devoted 32 years of her working career to the county, and during those years she has been a valuable employee. And whereas residents of the Rensselaer County will always remember Stacy for having worked with the administration to craft 5 consecutive budgets with property tax cuts totaling 20%. Whereas Stacy dedicated to her position conscientiousness, diligence, and efficiency will be sorely missed by the administration and employees of Rensselaer County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Rensselaer County Legislature hereby recognize and commend Stacy Farrar for her years of distinguished, conscientious, and faithful service to Rensselaer County, and wishes her well in all of her future endeavors. And be it further resolved that the Clerk of the Legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Stacy Farrar. Well, better than that, we got one here for you. Anybody else like this?
Well, this proclamation is going to say a lot of what that proclamation says, but a lot of the success that we've had as a county the past 5 years is, and beyond that, but a lot of the financial success is due to Stacy's oversight. Of just a few weeks ago, she would have yelled at me for putting this in a frame and spending the money. But you know, luckily we put her right back to work on a part-time basis, which is good, as she helps Nick kind of learn the ropes of how we do business here in Rensselaer County, and we're certainly going to miss her. I think I've lost 2-3 pounds because there's no more York peppermint patties in her freezer that I used to go and take every now and then. But she did such a great job for her. She was, you know, tight with a buck, which is exactly what you want a budget director to be. And she just did a phenomenal job for us, keeping an eye on everything. And I think, you know, as I would come up with the idea of, hey, we're cutting taxes again, and she go, no, we can't cut taxes. I'm like, we're cutting them. And she found a way. So it's easy for me to come up with some ideas, but Stacy had to find a way to implement those ideas, and you did it so phenomenally well. And we certainly thank you for your service, and you did an unbelievable job for the people of this county. And I hope, and I know everybody in this room recognizes it, and I hope the people throughout the county recognize, you know, what a great job you did for all of them as well. So enjoy your retirement, and we'll keep you busy as long as you want to hang around with us for a little bit. And she's a great asset to everybody here in the county. Thank you. You have to.
Just thank you for your support with, you know, all the budgets that we prepared. I mean, it's a joint venture, so thank you. I didn't do it all by myself. I had help, so thanks.
Yeah, that's who's next. Yes, sir. Might as well all stay. Okay. We have P 52522, a resolution commending Bill Film upon the occasion of his retirement from Rensselaer County. Yes, you're on. And this is a presentation by legislators Loveridge, Choquette, and the rest of our team, whoever wants to join us, and our county executive.
He's always a character.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. All right. Bill Film never has a smile on his face. Never. He always has a smile on his face. Always has a positive attitude. I'm very proud to be able to read this resolution to you. Whereas a great county is only as great as those persons who give commendable service to their community, whether through participation in voluntary programs, through distinctive personal achievement in their professional or other endeavors, or simply through a lifetime of good citizenry. And whereas such service, which is truly the lifeblood of the community and the county, and so often goes unrecognized and unrewarded. And whereas Bill Film is such an individual, one who is worthy of the esteem and admiration of his community as well as his county. Whereas on March 23rd, 1992, Bill began his career with Rensselaer County and devoted 30-plus years of service to the constituents of Rensselaer County. And whereas during those years, Bill served as a computer system supervisor, the deputy county clerk, a real estate specialist, deputy director of real property and tax services, and currently as Director of Real Property and Tax Services. And whereas Bill's dedication to his position and his conscientiousness, sensitivity, and kindness will be sorely missed by the administration and employees of Rensselaer County and those that he served, now therefore be it hereby resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature hereby recognizes and commends Bill Film for his years of distinguished, conscientious, and faithful service to Rensselaer County and wishes him well in all his future endeavors. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Bill Film. Bill, you've done many, many things for your community and for the people of Rensselaer County, and it gives me great pleasure on behalf of the legislature to present this to you. Thank you, sir.
So Bill was a key part of our team up on the 5th floor, now the 4th floor. We didn't move out of this building until Bill retired because I didn't want him wrecking the new place. But he I saw him coming down my hallway the other day. I'm like, we have a key fob. We have a locking door now. Who let him in? He's retired, but he is a key part. And while you could understand what Stacy was doing, even though it was millions and millions of dollars, what Bill did, pretty tough to explain. You know, equalization rates and tax and all the other stuff. It's kind of a foreign language, but he had a great knack for being able to explain it not only to all of us, but to the public as well. Because when you talk about cutting taxes, and then in certain towns they go, well, my taxes went up because of equalization. We've cut them 27%, not 20, Rob, where's Rob? 27% in 5 years. But, you know, it's hard to explain that to the public when they start talking about equalization rates. But Bill had a great way of breaking that down. And like Stacy, we've put him back to work on a part-time basis. Is good. This is a great way to go. They retire, and then you get them back for like 35 grand a year. That's a great way to go if we can do that. But Bill's helping out with the transition to Deb McGrath as she took over and doing a great job. But we appreciate you pitching in, because he retired and he was back to work helping out, and he said, I'll be around, I'll be around. He did shave today, which he did not do yesterday, but he shaved today for this occasion. So he's now a gentleman farmer. We're going to miss him. And he did a really great job, as well as Stacy. For the people of the county, they might not see these folks every day, but what they did was really key to keeping the county finances on track. So thank you, Bill. Thank you.
I've got nothing to say. You know me, I don't like to speak at all, especially when you don't give me an opportunity. But Mark actually asked me to say a few things because he was very concerned that I wasn't going to say anything. Actually, he said, shut up, don't say a thing. And I didn't realize how much we were getting paid. Is that an amendment to my...
Well, you're even less of a contract. You're even cheaper than Stacy. That's good.
A lot cheaper than
Well,
Stacy.
she's working a lot more.
She is. So I just want to thank everybody.
Use everything.
Includes including film salary. So, but you know, this has been my work family basically for over 30 years, and I didn't think when I left I would be emotional about it, and I really am not so much, because I really don't miss most people, but but I do. I had to send some emails out, and I said to my wife, and that was the hardest thing I ever had to do, is send some of these emails out to say goodbye to everybody. But then I realized I'm not gone. I'm still here, but I do miss a lot of it. So I'm going to be here for anybody if they need anything, and there'll be an autograph session after with Stacy and myself if you'd like to join us. But I just want to thank everybody for making it possible for me to be able to stay here for 30+ years, because it's been a great run. So thank you. Thanks.
At least you're moving back to Brunswick.
We're back in Brunswick. That's right.
Yeah.
Philby, thanks for your service. Thanks.
Moving uptown.
We'll see you at the fair still.
Thank you to Stacy and your family, Bill, as well. Thank you to Steve for coming and joining us tonight to help celebrate the retirement of these two great folks. And we're going into our final presentation, which is P57222. This is a resolution commending Romanation Jewelers upon the celebration of their 70th anniversary. And this is a presentation by Legislator Casal and any other legislators that'd like to join us. And we would invite James Cook and his family down into the chamber to join us.
Jim, come over here. Okay, this is the resolution commending Romanation Jewelers upon celebrating its 70th anniversary. Whereas it is customary for the legislative body to recognize outstanding contributions and achievements of business throughout Rensselaer County, and whereas attendant to such duty and fully in accord with its longstanding traditions is an intent to the legislative body to convey its compliments and felicitations to Romanation Jewelers upon celebrating its 70th anniversary. Whereas Ukraine native John Romanation traveled and worked in Poland, Czechoslovakia, Germany, and England before arriving in Troy, New York in 1951, where he worked for 10 months for a local jeweler to gain knowledge of the customs and business practices in the United States. And whereas 1976, John Romanation walked into the Warville High School looking for an apprentice, and James Cook and 2 other students vied for the job, but it was James Cook to receive it. Whereas Romanation Jewelry Store opened in 1952 at 83 3rd Street and has been located at 48 3rd Street since 1992. James Cook worked side by side with Mr. Romanation until he were retired in 1988, and then James purchased the business with help of a partner. After a few years later, James became the sole owner of Romanation Jewelers. And whereas Romanation Jewelers is Troy's oldest continuing operated full-service jewelry store. Whereas one of the Cook's proudest and most memorable days on the job occurred in 1992 during the filming of Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence in downtown Troy, a ring worn by Winona Ryder at the tongue twister. In the film, it had to be resized to fit her finger. Romanation Jewelers was singled out for the job. James continued to offer the jewelry and watch the repair service at Romanation Jewelers, as well as the custom design services. Over the years, Romanation Jewelers has increased their inventory to several design pieces, and the main attraction to many custom continues to be their unique antique jewelry. Whereas James continued to buy antique and estate jewelry as well as old gold, Romanation also offers jewelry appraisals for insurance purposes, and now for thee, that this legislative body pause in deliberation the most joyous honor of congratulate Romanation Jewelers upon celebrating its 70th anniversary, and be further, that the clerk of the legislature be hereby directed to transit a copy of the resolution suitably engrossed to James Cook, Romanation Jewelers. So I got involved in this resolution here because I've known Jim a long time. I knew his partner, and I knew, Angelique. Angelique's here with Alan, Angelique Gillespie, Alan Gillespie. I've known him, and my mom, when she started out, when we had children, my sister and my brother, we started a pearl thing, and every time there was a year or a birthday, whatever, a pearl would be added, and that's what we did through Romanation Jewelers. And it's, we had a liquor store in Troy for 30 years, and having a business alone 70 years is incredible. So I just want to congratulate you, Jim and Angelique, for still being around, and a great family here. So, anybody else want to, of course, get.
Living in Troy, I do want to say something. Dan beat us to the resolution honoring a wonderful Troy business. I happen to know Jim through the business, and then his daughter went to Lemoyne College with my son Daniel, so we kind of got to know each other a bit outside of the business. But what I can tell you is, on top of being a gentleman, they're the kindest people. You go in, they never say no. They can fix it, they can do it. I happen to have a real interest in the estate jewelry, and I have bought some lovely pieces from Jim. He's hooked my son on the half-price gold box in the shop. I'm not so sure that's a good thing, but thank you, Jim. Yeah. He's always saying, will you go down and check it out for me? But loveliest family in Angelique. You go in there and you feel right at home. I think I've even brought the dog in. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
I got notes. No, it's only two. I would like to thank Dan Casal and his fellow legislators for recognizing Romanation Jewelers and this major milestone. Of course, this wouldn't have been possible without John Romanation, my mentor, who would have turned 100 years old this month. John Romanation was a Ukrainian immigrant who came to this country with his wife Angelica, looking to fulfill their dream. In less than a year, he opened his own shop with a $2,000 loan from his brother. Not only did I learn the trade from him, but to this day still carry on his beliefs of quality, workmanship, fair prices, and excellent customer service. Thank you again. I would also like to say thank you to my wife and my girls for putting up with me. Working retail, as anybody knows, or owning your own business can be very tiring, and it comes down sometimes to them. And of course for Angie Romanation Gillespie for being a longtime employee. And thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Within the time frame.
Okay, thanks, everyone. You can come on out, Phil. Thanks for coming. Take care. Okay, it is 6:12. We are going to call our January 10th, 2023 regular meeting to order. This is kind of a sad day in a way because this is going to be our last meeting here in the chambers. All of us have had some very good times here, and we are looking forward to our new and improved space out at 99 Troy Road. We appreciate all the work that the staff have done actually to get the space ready. We're constantly in touch with Steve and Jim on the progress that has been made. So if you've been out there recently, you've really had an opportunity to see the advancements that we've made. A lot of improvements from a technological standpoint are going to be done in the chamber. It'll be great to be able to do some neat presentations and things there. So we're looking to have our Honor a Vet ceremony back again, hopefully in March, right, Shelby? We'll get that back once we have all of our stuff in the Hall of Heroes moved. So it's been quite an operation, but I want to acknowledge everybody who has been part of that transition to help all of us get ready for that move. So that being said, Happy New Year, and I would ask that we call the roll.
The attendance still stands at 17-1 absent.
Okay.
Ms. Nichols.
Invocation, Mr. Grant.
May God's blessings shower upon us and bestow upon each of us a bright, healthy, and peaceful new year.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Harrington? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll get right into the meeting agenda. Presentation of petitions.
On file?
Presentation of communications.
On file?
Reports of communications.
On file?
Departmental reports.
On file?
Reports of standing committees.
On file?
Local laws.
There are none tonight.
Okay, we'll get right into the index of resolutions, G123.
G123, resolution authorizing an agreement with At-Risk Solutions LLC, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G223.
G223, resolution authorizing amending an agreement and amending the 2022 Rensselaer County adopted budget mental health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G323.
G323, resolution approving memo of agreement between the County of Rensselaer and the Rensselaer County Sheriff's Office and the United Public Services Employees Union Coalition of Public Safety Division, Bureau of Human Resources, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Battieri, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G423.
G423, resolution approving the Rensselaer County Investment Policy Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G523.
G523, resolution authorizing an amended agreement for pharmaceutical services Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G623.
G623, resolution authorizing increased cost for supply and installation of replacement water sewer meters, Buildings Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G723.
G723, resolution authorizing a service contract for the Rensselaer County Correctional Facility Inmate Management System, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G823.
G823, resolution amending the 2022 Rensselaer County adopted budget mental health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G923.
G923, resolution authorizing the transfer of property to a new owner upon foreclosure, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G1023.
G1023, resolution accepting grant funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Office of Lead Hazard Control and Healthy Homes for lead-based paint hazard reduction grant program, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G1123.
G1123, resolution authorizing contract with Troy Rehabilitation and Improvement Program, Inc., Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G1223.
G1223, resolution authorizing a contract with Prime Care Medical of New York, Inc., for comprehensive inmate health care services, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G1323.
G1323, resolution authorizing snowmobile trail grant agreements and amending the 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Bureau of Economic Development and Planning, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G1423.
G1423, resolution authorizing lease agreement with United States Representative Elise M. Stefanik, Central Services, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, and Hoffman and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 1523.
G 1523, resolution authorizing the approval of a 7-year successor agreement with the Hudson Valley Community College Non-Instructional Employees Union for the term September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2027. Introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Casal, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 1623.
G 1623, resolution authorizing the approval of a 6-year successor agreement with Hudson Valley Community College United Public Service Employees Union for the term September 1st, 2021 through August 31st, 2027. Introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Casal, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 1723.
G 1723, resolution appointing members to the Rensselaer County Community Services Board, Department of Mental Health. Introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 1823.
G 1823, resolution authorizing the sole source purchase of Dust Aid Natural G from Momar Inc., Sewer District Number 1. Introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 1923.
G 1923, resolution amending a retainer agreement for Miller, Manick, Schaffner, and Hafner LLC, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 2023.
G 2023, resolution authorizing a contract for grit and screening removal and disposal, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 2123.
G 2123, resolution authorizing acceptance of grant funds in an agreement for rural transit services and amending the 2022 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Bureau of Economic Development and Planning, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 2223.
P 2223, resolution amending P 51822 and approving 2022 agricultural inclusion request into agricultural district number 6, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 2323.
P 2323, resolution appointing members to the Rensselaer County Environmental Management Council, introduced by legislators Casal, Choquette, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 2423.
P 2423, resolution recognizing Abby Maloney as Rensselaer County Legislature's January 2023 Young Outstanding Leader of the Month, introduced by legislators Maloney, Casal, Harrington, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 2523.
P 2523, resolution commending firefighter Robert Rose Sr. upon the occasion of his 64th anniversary and being named 2022 Firefighter of the Year, introduced by legislators Maloney, Harrington, Casal, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 2623.
P 2623, resolution commending Board of Elections Commissioner Edward G. McDonough upon the occasion of his retirement from Rensselaer County, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
Madam Chairman, if I may.
Mr. Grimm.
I believe that it is our place and also our privilege to, honor the good services that you have done for Rensselaer County. What we know the two examples of it tonight. And I would be pleased to support this resolution. But with one exception, I would like to propose an amendment to withdraw the sixth whereas in this resolution. Otherwise, I cannot support it as written in light of the New York State Attorney General's finding in 2021 with our Board of Elections that in fact, the behavior was, as stated, arbitrary and capricious, which led to voter suppression.
to amend to delete these 6 whereas. Do we have a second? There is a second.
Okay, all those in favor? No.
Uh, 14-3? No, 2.
2?
How many were in
15-2.
favor of the motion?
15.
2, okay,
Oh,
just 2.
2 in favor, 15 against.
Now on the resolution as printed.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
15 ayes, 2 noes.
So moved. P 2723.
P 2723, resolution appointing Wayne A. Genron to fill a vacancy on the Rensselaer County Legislature, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor?
If I may, please, on this resolution, we discussed this earlier in special rules, and we had just received this today. I explained to you that, I am asked to vote for a person that I only know the name of. We received no backup in the resume on this person. So as an obligation to the people of Rensselaer County, and not knowing that this person's background or the resume or the qualifications for this position, we mentioned that I was going to have to abstain from this. Not going to vote no because government has to go on, but I have to abstain from this. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
12 ayes, 5 abstentions.
5
Ms. Doran,
abstentions?
Mr. Fleming, Mr. Grimm, Ms. Weaver, and Mr. Zaluski.
Okay. First I'd like to say a couple things. So this was filed yesterday? Yesterday, in a timely manner. But I would like to introduce Wayne and thank him for, I know we talked about this in special rules, and some of the legislators had indicated they Googled him and didn't find any information about him, which I find ironic considering he's a town board member in Sand Lake and he also serves as a deputy town supervisor. Wayne also has a very successful construction business and a very active member of the community. I believe he's in Kiwanis, you're president of the Kiwanis Association, so we are very excited to have you here, and we will be swearing you in officially, our official ceremony next month, but this will be effective as of Thursday, so I want to welcome you and congratulate you on behalf of the legislature.
Just for clarity, the resolution is effective now, but he'll take office when he signs the oath.
Right. All those in favor? Did we already do the vote? Aye. And yes, I think we already did that, right? We'll do the double vote, just in case.
15-02.
Mr. Harrington? Well, you can say anything you would like, sir, within limits, within reason.
It's kind of ironic to me, this is January 10th, 2023. I served my first meeting in here 41 years ago as a legislator, 41 years ago today.
Congratulations. That's why you're our leader. Yes. Legislator privilege? Motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second, all in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody. Thank you.